We are all about hope around Whitewater, and if you give or serve, you are part of spreading that hope to our community and around the world. This is the Whitewater difference.
Well, at 10 months old, I was diagnosed with epilepsy. I had 3 traumatic seizures, which were tonic-clonic, also known as grand mal, in a matter of 72 hours. At 10 months old, I died from cardiac arrest. At 5 years old, it was either 5 or 6, I was overseas in Germany, and I actually had a neurological shutdown. I went completely brain dead for about 10 to 15 minutes. It was definitely a bit of a challenge, but it wasn't until I was about 9 years old that I found out, about God. My grandmother introduced me to God, and that actually caught on to me quite a bit, because any derogatory name that is associated with epilepsy or a seizure, I got called it. And it was a struggle. But at the end of the day, I knew that God was sitting there with me, right next to me, with his hand over my shoulder, telling me, "Son, you can do this. You will get through this." I gradually learned that, reading scripture and living with epilepsy, that, there was a reason why I have it. And, does anybody want to live with such a condition? Probably not, but I can rest assured that I've learned quite a bit, not only through the side of my faith, but also through the side of myself, being able to understand why God has allowed me to embrace such challenges and allowed me to accomplish them as well. I remember when I was 16 years old, I was at Boone County High School in Kentucky, and Deputy White, the school resource officer, he took me to the Florence City Hall, and we were in the process of going and getting my driver's license, because I went officially 90 days without having a seizure. I was like, yeah, it's about time, let's do it. So I was filling out the paperwork. They got ready to take my picture, and all of a sudden, I blacked out and convulsed right there in the BMV. It was a bit of a challenge. And it still is, even till this day. But fortunately, thanks to the doctors at UC Health, and as well as the doctors with Mayfield Health Clinic and University of Kentucky, I've been able to acquire a vagus nerve stimulator that helped neutralize my seizures. It brought my seizures from 5 minutes to 45 minutes off and on, down to 30 seconds to 2 minutes. And I later got a hold of UC Health, and they helped me with bringing my seizures to a screeching halt. As of today, it is looks like February 18th of 2020, and my last grand mal seizure was July 28th of 2014. So it feels like a privilege, a life that I never had, a life that I've always wanted, the ability to acquire my driver's license, the ability to go to school, the ability to get a job, to marry the woman of my dreams, to start my own family, and to set the example for my future generations.